Hi, this is Jesse from the Walking Mosh Pit. I am here with Matt, Luke, Lauren and Tristan, all from Aurateque, and they've just played a fucking awesome show here at the Press Basement Bar for the Emo Night, the first one of the new year. How do you guys feel after that show?
Oh, fucking awesome. Yeah, the energy was just
so good. So good. Every time we come to Tamworth, it's just fucking wicked, and we love it. We're so stoked to come back.
We're always so fucking happy to have you guys. So, Aurateque, you guys have such an awesome vibe. You have a fantastic stage presence. You break out some awesome covers sometimes I've seen last time you were here. And you guys bring some really heavy, groovy originals. But you guys have traveled all the way here from Sydney. It's fantastic to see you here in Tamworth. So I do want to ask, I did see recently, Lauren, you have just recently had your braces out, right? After 3 years. I want to know, how do you think that might affect vocals?
Oh yeah, it's you know, okay, so I reference Naruto when Rock Lee takes off his weights from his anklets, and every time I would take mine, because I had Invisalign out, so I could take them out, and every time I took them out, I just felt like Rock Lee, and I just fucking slay. But now that I'm like off completely, it's really cool, because I had like little nubs that like I would stick, and I would look like my you know, I would look like this all the time, but now I can just sing freely and my lip doesn't stick to my teeth, which is really nice. So yeah, it's more about like vocal liberation than it is about anything. You know, I can just kind of do whatever I want whenever I want with my voice, and it's pretty good.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. So the band has this incredible style. I noticed that you guys are all wearing pretty dope outfits.
Thank you.
I do want to ask, like, do you guys coordinate your style as you guys come to plan a show?
Yeah, we mainly coordinate styles around like when like we're preparing to do like music videos and whatnot. We kind of we've already done one, hint coming soon.
That's awesome to hear.
And then we'll be doing another one where our outfits are sort of like an evolution of the previous.
We kind of use each release as kind of like a foundation of the aesthetic that we're going for, and then we kind of work around that. So you'll kind of like see that in the music videos, and then like see us on stage, and you kind of like see that like aesthetic relation, and like we've kind of planned ahead for the next one after this one, hint. And yeah, like there's that kind of, there's like an evolution to the aesthetic, and we're always planning this stuff. Like we take it quite seriously.
The aesthetic does also, like, it just always helps the vibe. It helps tell the story of who you guys are as a band. Speaking of the aesthetic, I did notice that recently you were handcuffing your arm to your belt. Can you tell us why you were doing that?
So, oh fuck me. This is long.
Yeah, your research, my dude.
Yeah, you're lucky I remember to post on fucking social media. So I've dislocated my shoulder 5 times. A lot of them have been like
Just rocking out too hard?
Yeah, well,
Like,
2. One was on stage, one was in the pit, but others have been from like surfing and skating. It started when I was skating. I like knocked it out. I went face first in the ground. Then ever since then, it just fucking falls out whenever it wants. And I just got sick of it. I got sick of it falling out of my arm. So I like had this chain at my house, and I was like, it was my first show back after healing from like vocal damage as well. So I was like, I can't be bothered dealing with a dislocated shoulder, as well as like my first show back after like 4 months. So I was like, I'm chaining it to my body. But I've been doing remedials, and
that's fucking awesome. I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed to not see the handcuff tonight. I thought it would have been hilarious. But you did mention that you might have heard it in the mosh. So that brings me to another great question. What kind of bands have influenced you all coming into Aurateque?
Oh, that's a good question.
Where do we start with that? Hey, I guess that's the question for Matt and Lauren. They're the brains.
Matt and Lauren are the brains of Aurateque, is that right?
Yeah, when it comes to like the songwriting, definitely.
Well, it's all a cohesive unit for sure, but Matt and I have just been working together and on different projects together for a while, and I think we when we first met, I was into like death metal and prog metal, pretty much exclusively.
And I was into like nu metal. Like I was riding that nu metal revival wave so hard.
Yeah, like
all I
Limp
listened
Bizkit,
to
shit
was
like that.
Deftones, Korn, Limp Bizkit, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I was really influenced by like Dracodian and Swallow the Sun and like all these like
I get that a bit in your vocals. You love to throw those growls and screams in there.
totally.
You know what? Real quickly, why don't we just go around everyone's favorite band of all time?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. All right. Right now, Loathe, 100%.
Oh, fucking hell. It does change. Can I say two?
Go for it. Why
Well,
not?
Trivium
always
and
fucking
Breaking
great.
Benjamin.
Oh, Breaking Benjamin, my heart.
Hence the tattoo.
Yeah, you're so.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. I'll have to get a photo of that later.
For me, it's definitely Mikyu. They're a Japanese metal band.
What was that one, sorry?
They're called Mikyu, and they're everything that I want in music. I fucking love them. Yeah.
I reserve the right to say two as well.
Okay.
My all-time favorite band is very wanky. It's Radiohead, and I understand that makes me very pretentious. But in terms of like drumming and stuff like that, I love the sort of post-hardcore bands, like a lot like Birds and stuff like that. Really love
Right.
those guys.
Awesome.
He's a full wanker.
That's fantastic. It's
I
lovely.
am a fool. Like, anyone in the band was wearing a monocle.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's lovely to get to know Aurateque a bit better. All right, so the single Paradigm, it's just hit over 20k views and streams on Spotify. The track is an absolute banger. Can you tell us about the song, its conception, and what it's about, how it feels to be received so well?
Oh my god, does it feel fucking crazy? Fucking hell. I actually like shed a tear on stage when people were singing the song, and like it was crazy. Yeah,
It was wild to see that. Like, yeah.
I wrote that song. Matt and I was like preparing to live in the Gold Coast, and we wrote a lot of the bulk of the first few of our songs like online because I was living in the Gold Coast at the time and traveling down for shows and stuff like that. But Paradigm was written just before I left for the Gold Coast, and I was like I was living in this like toy room, this like really messy toy room, and I like didn't really have like a home at the moment, and I was like living on a broken bed, and it was just so like chaotic. And like I think the most beautiful thing about that moment is Paradigm was the only song from start to finish that remained the same, and like throughout all the chaos, I think that it just perfectly captured like the chaos that we were both feeling at the time.
Paradigm was like
so
the first song
powerful.
that we wrote that was like, this is the style,
This is
this
us,
is what we
yeah,
want to build on top
totally.
of, because we wrote so much stuff before then, like we said beforehand, that combination of me being obsessed with nu metal and like it kind of was a bit like,
And Alter Bridge, I'm gonna say Alter Bridge is another
Oh,
one of my other favorite
another
bands.
fucking
Miles
favorites.
Kennedy, like imagine Miles Kennedy vocals over fucking corn riffs. It was ridiculous.
I'm really vibing right now. Pawns and Kings, the song that they dropped quite recently.
Oh, really? I
That
haven't-
whole album is a fucking banger.
Oh man, I haven't given
They
any
just
stuff
do
a
not
go.
miss.
Yeah, of course they don't. They're
So-
fucking good. It's insane.
I do have to ask, if Matt and Lauren are the brains of the band, how did we get Luke and Tristan here? How did they come
Sheer
about?
Fucking luck, man. These guys are fucking animals. I swear to God, we're so lucky.
yeah.
My history with Aurateque goes back, when was like 2018, 2019?
2019, it's 2019.
So Lauren had hit me up asking if I would like to, or if I knew anyone that would like to fill in for a few shows. And I said, fucking oath, I'll give it a go. I learnt the whole set in like 2 weeks and played like 3 shows with you.
And he smashed it.
and
He
it- and-
smashed
but
it.
this
We were
was-
desperate for him to come onto the band.
This was way before Aurateque was even a thing. This was
Yeah.
like the previous rendition of the current band.
Oh, really?
It's like
Okay. What were we
almost
called
a different
before?
Are we going to name
Well,
drop
we
it?
can- of course we
Are we
are.
going to say the sacred word?
It's like Voldemort, you know, the band that can't be named, but yeah, it's our Scarborough was the original.
Scarborough. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
awesome.
yeah, I was in another band at the time, more of a metalcore band.
Okay.
And then last,
Are we able to name drop that?
at the, well, have we
They
changed
were
the
anyone
name?
at the time,
Yeah, well, it was a band called Anon, previously known as Burial at Sea. It was Anon at the time of me playing with Scarborough. And then about a year and a half ago, I left that band after 6 years. And then I just had nothing going on. Then I ran into Matt and Lauren at a show in Sydney. Told them, what was
the factory?
So
Yeah.
fateful.
at the Factory Theatre. And yeah, told him what was going on. And literally later that night, Lauren messaged me again saying, would you like to audition? And I'm just like, fucking oath, send me what you got. Even though it was basically no brainer because I'd already knew most of the songs, how to play. Like I just had to relearn certain bits, and then it was a couple months later or something.
Yep.
Met up, had a jam, and here we are.
Like fucking just dynamite. It was so good.
That's awesome. Tristan, the drummer, you've been a bit quiet here in the interview. Usually the loudest behind the drums. Can you tell us how you joined the band?
So I've actually got a bit of a funny story about that, because I remember Lauren posted on Facebook they were looking for a drummer. So I sent a message and got the absolute fucking cold shoulder. And then 2 months later, and two months later, one of my other bands was doing a gig that Lauren was actually running, and she had to send me a message to like organize something, and then saw the above message and was like, "Oh shit, you were also asking this." And then, and then I think I did like an audition like a while after that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the fucked. Oh my god.
I was gonna say, like, do you remember that?
No, I'm so unaware of that. I hate myself. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
Especially
funny.
because because I just had so many people reply to that, right? And I was just like, I knew one guy, I knew of one guy. I knew him, actually. I knew him well. And he auditioned for a little bit, and we were trying to make it work for so long. And we were like, we're trying to hold on, we're trying to make it work, and it just wasn't working. And we're like, we need to just fucking cut it, because we have this problem of getting attached to the personality, and then we just want to make it work with them so bad. And then, but I had Tristan in the back of my mind, because I was like, the guy from the pits is really fucking good. Fuck, man, why am I wasting my time? And it was in the back of my mind, but I can't believe I didn't even I was thinking about it too. That's the most annoying part. But yeah, I guess the moment Tristan sent back the audition, he sent back to a song that changes time signatures 32 times, and this is the song that we send to everyone, because we're like, wow, this will be the one, you know what I mean? And he's just sitting there fucking nothing is happening. Next minute, we go to one of his performances, and all he does is polyrhythms, and it's just fucked up. So
incredibly talented.
It's just Tristan's a fucking a gold nugget. So glad I eventually messaged you again.
So, Paradigm is currently the only thing that you guys have out at the moment, and it seems we've already hinted at it a little bit, but can you tell us more of what there is to come from Aurateque in the future?
What have we got? We've got so much going on, it's insane, man.
Can we get some
bombshells,
announcements?
Let's speak of the stuff that is announced and confirmed.
Yeah, we got the tour going on.
Yeah, we got a tour with Ghost Seeker in May for the release of their EP.
That's so cool.
So we're hitting up Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney.
Fuck yeah.
First tour, we're all
travel.
fucking stoked.
And then we've got, we were in the woods recording a music video a couple months back. We're planning to record another music video soon. We're going to drop them very soon as well. This year's going to be massive for us.
2023, the year of Aurateque.
We're kind of right now we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp right now of the wheels are really starting to turn.
Almost to the point where I feel like I'm suffocating.
Aurateque at Good Things 2023?
Yeah.
I mean, band comp, let's give it a go.
Fuck yeah, let's see it. Now, one last question. This is your guys' actual second time in Tamworth. First time you guys came down, you tore the house down. This time, just as fucking good. You've actually got bumped up to the headliners of the show, because unfortunately Postcards had to pull out. How was that, playing a headlining show here in Tamworth? And also, what do you guys think of Tamworth?
The scene here is especially the first time we came here, the scene was very unexpected. You wouldn't, being at this regional, you wouldn't think of there being a scene at all. But they all come out of the woodwork. I'd like to see an emo night in Broken Hill, just to see what the emo's like out there.
Emo magnets, and just play shows and see where they are and pull them out.
I love that analogy. Emo magnet.
So, Aurateque and Coopapedy?
Oh yeah, for fucking sure.
I mean,
I don't even know where that is.
It's an underground town.
Yeah,
right.
In South Australia.
No, let's play, was it Blacken.
You know what?
The metal festival out near Alice Springs.
Dude, I would fucking love
Aurateque at Blacken, that'd be fucking awesome.
Do you know what it
We
is,
better bring
Blacken?
in your death
Blacken
metal
Festival, it's
influence.
like a metal festival out at fucking...
The middle of Australia?
Yeah.
Fucking
That's
oath,
fucking
man.
awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
More
dope.
of a death metal thing, I think, though.
Yeah, we can pull that
You
off.
can pull that off, absolutely. I've heard Lauren scream. All right, well, I do want to say thank you so much for this interview tonight, guys. Let's all get back in there and enjoy the DJ set. You'll have a lovely night.
Thank you.